Hi there. Welcome to the RIS Middle School Digital Portfolio Setup and Tutorial video. You're watching this because you are a grade 6 student, a new grade 6, 7, or 8 student, a teacher who is helping his or her students in their advisory class set the digital portfolio up, or you're just interested to see how we do and use digital portfolios here at RIS. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started on setting up our digital portfolios. Here's a little background on how we're going to run our training on this video. We're going to take a look at specific steps in this training to help us create our digital portfolio and publish it so that others can see it. To do this, each step we're going to follow a general pattern. Now, we're going to follow this pattern by me doing an I show what we're going to do. And then I do what we're going to do. Then you, as the audience, do what I just showed and did. And finally, we'll be providing a website that you can click on links specifically to each step. And you can rewatch if you didn't quite get the initial tutorial or explanation here in this video. And finally, you'll work with your teacher along with this video to complete each step. Now, when you see this guy right here with a stop sign, you know that you need to pause it. In fact, we want the teacher to pause it when you see this person, and then make sure that all the students in the classroom are ready to move on with the next step. So we're all on the same page in order to get to the next step of the setup process. So again, when you see this guy and your teacher sees this guy, please make sure the teacher pauses the video and make sure everybody completes the steps, content that was just explained. So in this training session, we will take a look at creating a copy from a pre-made template site. And then we're going to preview or overview what our digital portfolio site's purpose is and the structure of that site. We're going to rebrand that site once we've copied it, and we're going to make that our own sites so that we have our own digital portfolio with our own name and so forth on it. And then you're going to publish that site, and we'll take a look at how we can add stuff and content to that site real briefly. And finally, you'll submit your published URL address at the very end of this training to prove that you were able to create your own digital portfolio site from the template that was provided at the beginning. So stop this video now and make sure that all the students are open to a Chrome browser on their laptop. Now that you're open in your own Chrome browser, we're going to make sure that we are logged in to our Google account for our RIS. Now, you may be also logged into other accounts as well. So let's make sure that we're just logged into one single account, and that's the RIS Gmail. So if you go over to your browser and you type in google.com, you'll see that up in the upper corner, if you're logged into any accounts, there'll be an icon up in the upper right-hand corner. And you can click on that icon, and you can see that there's accounts that are logged in. Now, I want to be in the RIS account. Now, I also have a Gmail account that I'm logged in here. I do not want to be logged into multiple accounts. So right now, I'm just going to sign out of all accounts. And then I'll sign into only one account, and that account will be my RIS account. So I make sure I select that, and then I enter the password. And then I can click on Gmail to go to my Gmail. And now you can just see that we need to stop the video and make sure that all students are logged out of personal emails and only logged in to their school account. Once we're sure that we're logged in to only our school RIS email or Gmail, we're going to then take a look at accessing our training site and then getting started to copy our digital portfolio. So to do this, we will go ahead and go to the URL short url.at/pfmnt. And we will there find step 2 and 3 section on the website, and we will select the appropriate or correct template to use for our grade level. And then we will go ahead and make that copy here soon. So let's go ahead and see how to do this. So we're going to go to our browser and we're going to click open a tab, and we're going to enter in that shortened URL. So short URL /, and then this is very case sensitive. So lowercase p, uppercase F, M, N, T, then click enter. This will take you to our training site that goes along with this video, and you can scroll down and you can see we are in steps 1 through 3. As said, we want to go ahead and access the template, and to do that, you just click on the link here. I'll click grade 6, and this will open up the template, and this will open up the editing portion here. Do not change anything at this site at this moment. Go ahead and pause this video and make sure that your students are open to RIS Gmail inbox, community site page, and grade level template. And again, students, do not edit anything on this template. Step 3 is where we're going to make a copy for ourselves from this common template that you're open to. So to do this, you're just going to click on the hamburger button, and then you select duplicate site. Once you have that selected, it will provide you a dialog box where you'll have a copy of file name. Delete the entire default file name that it provides you, and then enter your file name that you want to have for your digital portfolio. Now we'll provide you a pattern for this name so that we know whose portfolio is whose in the system. To do this, you'll just simply put digital portfolio, your nickname, first 4 letters of your last name, and graduation year. So for example, you'll have digital portfolio. Let's say my nickname is Dada, my last name's Pasatai, so I'll use the first 4 letters, Pasa, and then dash, I'll put my year of graduation. Let's go ahead and see how this is done. We come over to the hamburger button, click duplicate site, delete this, type in digital portfolio dash my nickname Dada dash Pasa for Pasatai for the first 4 letters of my last name here, and dash 2027, which would be my graduation year if I'm grade 6 this year. So then I'm just going to click on duplicate, and it will copy the site, and I'm going to click on the X to close this template right now and return to my digital portfolio community site and await further instructions. Teachers, please pause the video now and wait for students to complete the directions as stated previously. All right, we have now initiated the copying process, and it might take a few moments for Google to process all the sites that are being copied at this moment. So while we wait, let's go ahead and take a look at the purpose of our digital portfolio here in the middle school at RIS. The digital portfolio purpose here at RIS in the middle school is to read verbatim. RIS's digital portfolios are a space for students to chronicle and reflect on their growth, evaluate their learning process, and share with a wider audience. So what does this mean? Well, chronicle is where you can capture and record your learning. Reflect is when you think about what you do well and how you can improve. And growth is to show improvement over time with what you share on your digital portfolio. And you'll evaluate how you are coming to represent and meet your learning goals. So you think about your experiences and connect them to your learning goals. Then you share by posting your digital text and multimedias on your portfolio. And a wider audience could be anybody that you choose to share your site with or your published URL site. So one might ask, how do we achieve this purpose using our digital portfolios? Well, working throughout the year and with your teachers, you can start adding different types of work to your portfolio. Here are 10 things or contributions you could add or seek to do with your digital portfolio. The first thing is you can set your goals and evaluate your goals. You can reflect on your learning goals by adding evidence and then connecting them to the goals that you've previously stated. And of course, you can learn about what other people are doing, what other students are doing, and how they're setting their goals and how they're achieving their goals. A fourth reason of using it is you can use technology to start asking questions. You can use this technology to receive feedback from your teachers and classmates and record that feedback and hopefully showcase it later on in the year. And as you do this, you're going to show your growth over time. You try new things and show that growth and put that into your digital portfolio as digital evidence. And that will show your development as a student and a person throughout the year and in years to come. You can find other people's ideas and then showcase and connect them to your own. You can bring in links from other parts of the web and online resources and provide visitors to your site a snapshot of what you're learning and how you're reading what you learn. You can choose to use the best tools to showcase and publish your thoughts. And you can challenge yourself and express yourself with those thoughts, ideas, and feelings. And you can also present your thoughts in multimedia form. You don't have to just use text. You can use images, audio, video, and animation, and it's all in one place. And finally, you can select and share the best of your projects from your year, from whatever subject or whatever activities you've done here at school. And you can put that into your portfolio and share it with parents, teachers, peers, and even the world if you would like to. So the digital portfolio workflow is as follows. There are two sites that you'll be working with. One is the editing site, and the editing site has the editing features there on the right-hand sidebar you can see, and it has this sort of very long URL address that is very hard to replicate or to remember. So it's sort of gobbledygook. That is when you're on your editing site. Now, the other part and aspect of the workflow is that you have a published site, and this is the public view of your site. And this has a URL that is fairly easy to remember. So when you see this site, you can't edit it, but this is what it's going to look like for your visitors. What is the structure of this site that you have made for the digital portfolio? Well, you have a home page where you can showcase all the different aspects about yourself that you choose to do. And then below the home page, you have another page called Additional Evidence. And this is where you can link things like your YouTube channel or maybe even channels that you like to visit regularly, or you might have other sites that you manage, or you might have a Twitter feed or whatever you might have. You can put that in this page to show additional evidence of who you are and who you're becoming. Then you have the grade level page, which is where you'll be showcasing your SMART goals or your goals for the year, and you probably make these with your advisory teachers during some point of the semester. And then you have your academic goals and reflections. So you would go to the drop-down menu underneath your grade level, and you'll select the reflections, and you have your academic goal, and you might have some personal goals that you list, and then you can provide evidence as the year goes on that you've made that. And then you have your focus block page, and this is where you'll showcase what you put in for your work that you do during the focus block time. And there you have the basic 5 pages of your portfolio and the structure of that portfolio for your future use as you go along throughout the year. Please stop this video tutorial right now and make sure that all students return to their Gmail inbox. All right, we're on step 4. And if you go back to your Gmail inbox, you're going to notice that you got 2 emails since we've last copied or duplicated our site. And in this case, we will delete the first one, so the one on the bottom, that says copy for digital portfolio in progress, just delete that. And then you will obviously go to your copy is ready, and you'll open that email. And when you open that email, you will click on the digital portfolio link with your name in it. Do not, under any circumstances, click this link here. So to do this, just take a look here. I'll go back to my inbox, as I said, and I'm going to delete this first email. I'm going to click on this copy, and I'm going to click on the one with my name on it. And this will open up my editing site for my digital portfolio that I just duplicated. Pause this video now and make sure all students have a tab open to their digital portfolio, or the editing version site of it. Okay, on to step 5. And on step 5, all we're going to do is change the site logo title and the site header. And we're going to use the same format that we used for our site or our site file that we did when we duplicated the site. So I'll go ahead and change my name to Digital Portfolio Data PASA 2026-27. And I will change the icon or site logo title here, and also the title of the page as well. So to do this, I'm just simply going to go over here and click on the field, highlight all of the text, delete it, and type in the format that I used for my file name. So Digital Portfolio, my nickname, and also the first 4 letters of my last name, and the year that I will graduate. And then I can copy this text to make it easier. I'll just hit copy. And then I will go to the site title here, select all of it, and then I'm just going to paste what I just copied. And now I have my digital portfolio title in the proper fields, which is the site logo and also on the front page. Teachers, go ahead and pause this video until all students are ready to continue. Okay, moving on to step 6, and this will be a multi-step within the step itself. First, we're going to make sure that we publish our site with a specific URL. And so we'll click the publish button to access this dialog box. And in this dialog box, we'll go ahead and put our formatted name, only this time it has to be a little shorter because it can't take the entire name that we've used for the site. So we'll just use our nickname and the first 4 letters of our last name and the graduation year. So for example, mine would be Dada PASA 2026 or whatever graduation year I have. So then once we've done that, we're going to click on the Manage link there. To do this, let's go ahead and see. I'll click on the Publish button. And then once I've hit the Publish button, I want to make sure that I delete anything that it might give me for a web address. And I want to put the my name, my nickname, first 4 letters of my last name, dash also my graduation year. Once I've done that, I'm just going to go ahead and click on Manage. And there on the Manage, you can see that I have a shared dialog box. And at this point, I will wait for further instructions. Teachers, please pause this video now and make sure students complete the steps that were just shown. All right, the next task or subtask that we need to do for step 6 is to actually publish our site. Now, to do this, we're going to be starting from our dialog box that we ended the previous step on, and we're going to click on Change, and then we're going to click on Restricted, or the arrow next to Restricted, and we're going to click on and select Publish to anybody in Rumordy International School, and then we're going to simply click Publish. So to do this, we are just going to click on the Change link. We're going to the Restricted. We're going to select Rumordy International School. I'll click Done, and I'll click Publish. Teachers, please pause the video and make sure all the students complete the steps actions prior to continuing the video for step 7. In step 7, we're going to open our published site. As mentioned in the digital portfolio workflow discussion, you have two sites to your site. What you could say, you have the editing site and you have the published site. Again, the editing is where the editing takes place, and the published is the view that your visitors will have when they go to your site. So to do this, we are going to simply click on the arrow button that has appeared since we've published our site next to the publish button. And here we're going to select View Published Site. To do this, I simply come back here to my editing site, and I'm going to come up to the arrow, click on the arrow, and then I'm going to say View Published Site. And it's going to open up the site that I want to look at and see how my visitors see this site. Teachers, please pause the video now and make sure that all the students have these 4 tabs open prior to the next step. Okay, we're almost finished with our portfolio tutorial here. We've got 1 or 2 more steps left, and we're going to take a look at how we can access our Google site after today, after we close all our tabs and go about our daily lives. So we'll take a look at how we can access our site through Google Drive. So let's go ahead and first we will close the editing site and also the published site so that we don't need those open right now, because we'll be reopening the editing site here momentarily. And we'll return to our Gmail tab. And here we will open Google Drive using our app grid at our inbox, and we'll click on Google Drive. And to do this, let's take a look. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to close my published site, and I'm also going to close my editing site. I'll keep my portfolio community site open. I go back to my Gmail, and I click on the app grid, and I click on Google Drive. Teachers, please pause the video right now and make sure that there are 3 tabs open before continuing. Our next subtask for this step 8 is to locate and open our Google site file that we've just duplicated and made our own. So to do this, you'll simply make sure you are on My Drive on the left-hand side, and you can then scroll down and find the new file that you just created, which is a Google site or duplicated, and you can double-click on that file there. So to do this, let's take a look. I will go to My Drive, make sure I'm here, and then I can find the file. Now it might appear in the quick access, so you can obviously select it there, but you do not want to select the template version where it says template. Make sure you have your name in the file. You can scroll down and you can see that here, and you can go ahead and double click to open. All right, the last subtask for step 8 is just to overview the editing features that you have in the Google site that you just created. And in your digital portfolio, when you go to the editing site, of course, on the right hand, you have all of the options to add elements and make adjustments and add content to your digital portfolio. To do this, you'll notice that there are several categories in this dialog box or this sidebar. And if we take a closer look, you'll be able to see that there's a menu here. And the first one on the left is Insert, and you can insert various elements. You can click and add the elements to the page, and then you can also adjust the layouts and add even more features that they continually update as they get better with the Google sites. Then, if you go to the middle tab here, Pages, you'll find this is the area that you can organize your site's pages. You can manage them using the hamburger button there. You can drag and drop and arrange the pages, and you can click the plus button there at the bottom of the right-hand sidebar to add new pages. Finally, coming over to the third tab, Themes, here you can select multiple different types of appearances for your site, and you can then adjust the color scheme and so on and so forth, and make the site more your own and your own style. So to do this, let's go ahead and take a look over on our editing page, and you can see that I have my insert, and I have a number of different types of options for layouts, elements to put in the page, and also more elements that they provide there at the bottom. Then if I go over to pages, you can see I have my pages, and I can drill down here by clicking on the arrows and see the pages underneath those pages, so I can see the structure of the site. And of course I can just move those around as you see. Then coming over to themes, I can select the theme and change the look of my site as I select the theme. So these are the editing features. And now it is time to pause, and you can make sure to work with your teacher in order to show that you're ready for the final step of this video. Step 9, it is time to submit your work and submit your published URL for us to process and then share out with your teachers and also your classmates in the next few weeks. So to do this, you're going to simply go to your editing site, and you can click on what looks to be a sort of a paperclip or a link, and click on that icon. And there you're going to select copy link. And once you've copied the link, you can go to our community site. And there at the very bottom in step 9, you can click on the digital portfolio registration form link and access the link and input all the correct information that it asks for you. And of course, then paste that link that we just copied into the final field in order to share your published site URL. And finally, once you've done that, you should return to your inbox and check for a submission confirmation email. And then you're done. So just take a look at how we do this. So you're coming over here. You then go to your editing page and you select the published link and you copy that link. And then you're going to go over to your community site. And there at the community site, you can see at the bottom the digital portfolio registration link, and you click on that. And once you've clicked on that, you can scroll down and look at the different fields that it's asking you to input. I'm going to go ahead and input the correct information for me. And I paste the URL there at the bottom. And I come down here and I click submit. And then I can go ahead and come back to my inbox. And there I have a registration confirmation email. And I can click on this and see the data that I inputted for the different fields. And now I can show this to my teacher and I will be done. So thanks for watching, and make sure to show that form submission confirmation email to your teacher so that you can complete this process. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope that you find significant uses for your digital portfolio in the coming year.